This is your weekly trip to paradise, Louisiana style, with Gary Risponi and Don Dubuque. Paradise, Louisiana is presented by Rotolo's Pizzeria. Fresh ingredients, friendly service. That's just the way we Rotolo. Demco, your Touchstone Energy Cooperative. Pro Drive Outboards. Baton Rouge Coca-Cola Bottling Company. Benny's Car Wash and Oil Change. Cracker Barrel Convenience Stores. We have more than you expect. Always fresh, never frozen, Raising Cane's. Louisiana Fish Fry Products. And by CCA Louisiana and the CCA Louisiana Star Tournament.
Welcome to this week's edition of Paradise, Louisiana. And Don, what another sad edition of our friends and neighbors in Texas and all our almost like family in the southwest part of the state right now. Not only we had a bad weekend, they've still got another week to go. So.
Well, at the time we're recording this, we still don't know what the final outcome is going to be because some of Harvey's effects is going to be around for the rest of this week, and you'll know by the end of the week. Right here in Baton Rouge, we're at Superior Bait and Tackle, and you know, we got a little bad weather here right now in Baton Rouge, and it may get a little bit worse, so it certainly bears keeping an eye on.
Well, Don, they had a busy week, you know, and thank God for Rad and Chris, and they took care of Ride the Bull. The Duck Festival got a few little bad weather. I got cooking report from there, but we're going to be a week late announcing the state champions. They couldn't get everything to me. My fault. I have first one I missed in years. I just wasn't going to ride down there and cause problems. I don't know.
Well, it's not going to change. We're going to get it eventually.
Well,
show people I couldn't make it down.
My other shoot trip, my fishing trip to Texas is canceled for this coming week, and so that's going to make me stay here and dove hunt. So.
Yeah, I noticed that camo too. I like that camo.
Well, you know my friend Jay Thomas.
I know, I got some too. It's good stuff.
In fact, the report I got on cooking report is from Jay. I'll give it to y'all later. But look,
it's perfect for dove and early teal season when you don't want something hot.
You say you got a long sleeve.
I do have a long sleeve.
You wore your short sleeve the other day.
I know, but I got short and long.
But the button down is coming.
Yeah.
With the long sleeve, Jay told me. But it's beautiful. If you want to know where it's at, Coastal Performance, this is called Blend HD, high definition, Blend HD. And what else you got?
Well, Cocodrie. You know, I made a recent trip to Cocodrie down with Cocodrie Charters, and I caught a nice mess of pretty speckled trout and a nice big bull red caught by my nephew. We'll show you some of the highlights there. We also got, you know, you mentioned the Ride the Bull, got some footage there. Big news this week, a whale showed up beached, and Bart Chris was our Johnny on the spot.
Well, he was there with WDSU called me to get Chris's number, and WAFB, and all of them will call him, and some of the other channels.
Told me some 200,000 hits, and it's still climbing.
Yeah, well.
It's gone. That's what you call viral.
That's it.
A whale on the beach.
A whale on the beach.
Yeah.
And Chris said it didn't stink. I mean, we could have.
Probably fresh. Well, Mandy Tumlin, you know Mandy with
I know well.
She was there, and they were doing some forensics and an autopsy, trying to, you know, figure out the cause of death and maybe the reason why the whale ended up there. So there'll be more information coming out on that. But we also had some events besides Ride the Bull that took place. We'll run down some of the events of that and talk about this hunting season, dove season. It's here this weekend. We got some bow season opening up. Teal is just a couple of weeks away. Everybody's getting ready.
That's right. And fishing report, the weather thought it would mess people up, but we got a pretty winter. Not as extensive as it usually is. That'd make you happy. Yep. But let's see what we got coming up. You're watching Paradise, Louisiana. Superior Bait and Tackle on Seagan Lane.
Of course, our news segment on Paradise, Louisiana, and always our fishing report. Going to be a busy show.
Ton of tournament reports, especially the high school kids.
All right, stay with us from Puglia Sporting Goods on Veterans Boulevard in Mary, where you're watching Paradise, Louisiana.
Pod's moving in storage.
I need to clean out my study.
We'll deliver a container.
My brother-in-law's moving in.
Maybe he'll help you pack.
He's lazy.
We can refer some professionals.
It's just until he finds work.
We can keep things at our storage center for as long as it takes.
I am not happy about this.
Or you can keep your things on site for quick unloading.
Did you say freeloading?
I said unloading.
I heard freeloading.
I'm sure you did.
Store on-site or let us drive your things to our secure storage center. Pods, moving and storage, solved.
Hey, I'm Mitch Rotolo, owner of Rotolo's Pizzeria. Our pizzas are prepared every day using the freshest ingredients. But Rotolo's has so much more to offer than just delicious pizza. We have an array of healthy salads and tasty wraps, a wide choice of pasta like spaghetti and chicken parmesan, zesty buffalo wings, and our selection of savory calzones. And don't forget to try one of our amazing desserts. Come into any of our local restaurants or check out our entire menu online at rotolos.com. That's just the way we Rotolo.
Welcome back to Paradise, Louisiana. We're on Superior Bait and Tackle in Baton Rouge, and Gary made a recent trip down to Cocodrie with the Cocodrie charters, Captain Don Chauvin and also Captain Aaron Laurent. I brought my little nephew. Nick came along before he got to go back to LSU, and boy, we had a great trip. Cockahoe minnows, that was the ticket, fishing them on a Carolina rig.
Is Nick the baseball player?
Nick played a lot of things. Nick is probably the most versatile Dubuque. He's an actor, he's karaoke, he's taken architecture at Baton Rouge, and he was a wrestler, and he played ball. Yeah, he kind of does it all. Yeah, he's the end product of our family. And Nick's a great little guy. He's a good little fisherman, too. He caught a real nice bull red kind of at the end of the trip. Some nice speckled trout we caught. Now, of course, you're looking at this now, and we don't know what this weather's going to do for this weekend as far as Cocodrie, but fishing has really been good there this year on the whole. We crossed Lake Pelto. We fished over oyster reefs. We fished at pilings. We fished the beach. And everywhere we went, we picked up a few fish.
What was the best bait? I know the Cockahoe minnows have been good everywhere, too, right now this time of year, especially storm surges. What was your hot bait?
That was it, the Cockahoe minnow. I'm not sure anybody even threw anything else. Hey, when that's working, why argue with success? All right, while you're listening to Reed Alleman's version of a song I wrote called Cocodrie, enjoy the action with Cocodrie Charters.
Jellicrow, Port Sulphur, ooh, I wanna take you. Iberia, Atchafalaya, come on pretty mama. Lake Pelto, Thibodeau, maybe west we go. Caminada off the Cajun coast. There's a place called Cocodrie. That's where you wanna be to get away from it all.
Nice speckled trout. Nice speckled trout, Don. That's what we're out here for. Well, this time of year, Don, fishing gets a little harder to catch. Plastics is a little bit more difficult, so our go-to bait is live bait, live minnows, live shrimp, live croakers, whatever you can get at the time. A lot of running gun, shoot fish a little bit. If you don't do anything, keep moving, keep moving. Fish are still here, they just scattered out and they're just a little bit harder to catch, but they're still out here and we still can't put a box of fish together.
Usually when I hit the Cockahoe minnow, it's on. The croaker, it's a little tap, a couple taps, and usually about a third one day on it pretty good.
What are some of the advantages of fishing with minnows over shrimp?
Well, minnows is going to stay on the hook much better. I mean, you get one tap on a shrimp, if you don't set the hook, your shrimp's gone.
Might make it, Chris. You'd be close.
I say it makes it.
Speckled trout, Cocodrie, Louisiana. Well, this time of the year, the big muleys that we like to catch in May and June are pretty much disappearing. We catch a lot of schoolies, a lot of 13, 14-inch trout. Probably our average size trout this time of year. We do occasionally still catch a big trout, but it's generally the smaller trout.
No.
So hard right there.
This morning we left from Cocodrie, crossed Lake Pelto, fished the beaches, some platforms, and oyster reefs, and this is what we found at all of them.
Cocodrie was good. We had a really good, strong summer. Caught a lot of trout. Every rig all through Terrebonne Bay, Pelto. The beaches was good. Had a real good summer.
Everybody knows a little place like Cocodrie. That's where
This time of year, the bull reds are starting to school up in the passes, and the passes is an excellent spot to fish. Half a crab on the bottom is real good. You can catch them with croakers at some of the platforms right near the passes, and they do school up and light tackle at the bottom.
Right into the net. There you go. Uh-oh. And that's the way to end a perfect day with a big bull redfish. With the Fish and Game Report, Don Dubuque, Eyewitness News. All right, there you go.
Cocodrie, Morganza, ooh, I wanna take you. Barataria, Atchafalaya, come on, pretty mama.
Ask me about my Tempur-Pedic.
Ask me how fast I fall asleep.
Why not talk to someone who's sleeping on the most highly recommended bed in America?
Ask me about staying asleep.
Tempur-Pedic owners are more satisfied than owners of any traditional mattress brand.
Ask me how it feels after 10 years.
Tempur-Pedic, the most highly recommended bed in America.
Ask about Tempur-Pedic at Olin's, where you know you always get the guaranteed low price. Olin's is the only store in Baton Rouge and Lafayette with the full line of Tempur-Pedics.
Hey y'all, it's Sam Barbera. I'm with the Louisiana Wildlife and Fisheries Foundation. The foundation is a nonprofit that raises funds and provides support for the Louisiana Wildlife and Fisheries Department. We assist with numerous projects like black bear, whooping crane, bald eagle, as well as family, youth, and women's workshops. For all of the information on the foundation, visit lawff.org. We need your support to help our wildlife and fisheries. Visit lawff.org.
Paddle up and ride. It's become a ritual for nearly a decade now for kayakers young and old to gather at Bridgeside Marina in Grand Isle for the annual Ride the Bull Extreme Kayak Fishing Rodeo, a spectacle that any paddlecraft enthusiast would surely not want to miss.
Hey, we're at Ride the Bull 8. We've been talking about hurricanes for a week, but here in Grand Isle, weather was perfect. Not too windy, little breezy, but really hot. We've had a great turnout, had over 570 anglers come down to Grand Isle. You know, unfortunately, lost a lot of our folks from Texas, but still a great crowd came down and enjoying just a terrific, one-of-a-kind event, and we will once again be the world's largest kayak rodeo.
The rules? Simple. Catch the biggest bull red. The bait of choice? Cracked crab or cut mullet. The experience like none other. Scattered among Caminada Pass are paddlecraft of all shapes and sizes, colors and styles, from the plain and simple to the most sophisticated kayaks on the market. The uniqueness of each competitor is demonstrated through their vessel.
Well, I think your personality comes out. Once you go fishing in a kayak, most of the time you fall in love with that kayak and you go like, man, I need to add this to it, or I need to add that to it. I think it's kind of like having a Harley Davidson or something.
And from the sound of the starting horn to the final whistle, competitors haul in giant bull red after giant bull red, providing excitement for the angler as well as the spectator.
It's a simple format. Everybody's kind of squared up, no cheating, everybody's together. If you don't catch a fish, chances are you'll have to paddle out of the way of somebody that is catching one. So it's fun.
We've heard of the hype of the kayak fishing, and you know, he just recently got a kayak, and I borrowed a kayak and came down with him. It's both of our first times doing it, and we always heard that, you know, there's a little bit of luck involved, and luckily for me, there was a little bit.
Real luck. Largest kayak tournament in the world. Why don't you want to come down? You know, it's the best.
Skill level is optional. It's what makes Ride the Bull attractive to so many different people. Whether you're a first-time competitor or someone who has finished the tournament since day one, the playing field becomes equal once on the water.
I had no idea that I was in the lead until lunchtime, and I'd been in the lead for 3 hours. I had no idea it was 36 pounds. I thought it was in the 20s. So when Jacob came up to me and said, man, you're in the lead, I was blown away. I didn't think I was in the top 10.
I think it kind of makes everything a common denominator. You fish in the same area, got the same opportunity. And then I think any kind of group like this, to kind of a community thing, you kind of want to see what everybody else has got.
The tournament displays friendly rivalries among the entrants, and many develop lasting friendships, all thanks to the common bond of a small plastic fishing boat.
First came up with the idea, we were worried nobody'd show up. First year, 75. And then it just kind of blew up after year 3.
One of the reasons Ride the Bull I think is so big is, one, it's a one of a kind. I mean, there's just nothing out there like it. It is more of a festival and a party where people come from all over to have a good time.
When Danny, Ray, and Kristen founded Ride the Bull, they had a slogan, so next year, bring a friend. And by bringing all those people down here, you expose them not only to the fun of Ride the Bull, but to Grand Isle.
And from an event that flourished out of humble beginnings to consistently attracting hundreds of kayakers, it is believed that Ride the Bull Extreme Kayak Fishing Rodeo will continue to hold its title as the world's largest kayak fishing rodeo for many, many years.
Ride the Bull was started by Danny and the late Kristen Ray. Danny being a guide from down here in Grand Isle. They created a monster, and unfortunately after she passed away, he asked for some help, and CCA stepped in, mainly because our volunteers, including myself, I've been weighmaster before, I've been a chase boat for 5 or 6 years, and we have a lot of involvement, and so our board basically just said we got to figure out how to carry on the tradition, and here we are, Ride the Bull 8. So it goes on. What's also cool about it, anybody that fishes Ride the Bull now gets a CCA membership for a year included with the price, and we brought in some new sponsors and try to make it as big as possible.
It's become one of the premier rodeos of the summer, and there's a rodeo every weekend of the summer after Memorial Day.
I guess it just hit a nerve. Everybody liked it, and it just caught on. Kind of like Sturgis for kayaks.
The CCA Louisiana Star Tournament is doubling down this year. Double the tagged redfish. Twice the trucks. Over $500,000 of prizes awarded in more than 20 categories. Open to all ages, inshore and offshore, youth enter free. Don't let your chance to win swim away. Register at ccastar.com or at any Academy Sports and Outdoors. Welcome back to Paradise, Louisiana, and Ride the Bull. You got to call that a success given the weather conditions that we were faced with. They turned out to be really nice. What were the stats on it? How did it fit?
Well, we had 570 people register, which obviously is a little down. It is still the world's largest kayak tournament, even with 570 anglers. But you know, Don, we had every weatherman on the face of the earth saying that the world was coming to an end down here, and we just really got lucky. The weather was actually perfect. In fact, most of the organizers like me that have been there since the beginning said this was the best weather
we've ever had for Ride the Bull. So 570 registered. We probably had a little over 500 people on the water. We did lose, obviously, a few from Texas that we hated to lose that had pre-registered. And then we had some from Louisiana that said, look, we got to go tend to duck camps and whatever else down on the coast. So, but all things considering, over 500, we had over 116 fish caught, I think. So it was a happening and a lot of fun. We had people from all ages, all demographics, all catch fish, and a lot of them win.
Well, CCA has really stepped up in handling it, and you provide the assist boats. As far as the numbers of fish, did the fish participate this year?
The fish participated. The record we had was actually last year. It was 144 bull reds came in, but this year, over, I think, 115, 116, somewhere in there. That's a lot of fish, and what was also nice is it happened all through the day. And I'll tell you a funny story. The way the rules state is if you hook a fish before the horn sounds at 2 o'clock, you are allowed to continue to fight it and we will take it in. And the chase boats all spread out and make sure that if anybody's hooked up at that time that they sit with them and are prepared. Well, we had a young man, James Dupuy, who 12-year-old caught what my chase boat is calling the biggest redfish he's ever seen on 15-pound test. Fought it for 2 hours. But I will definitely commend all the people that participated at Ride the Bull, not only for your patience, but surely for making him feel special because he rode the bull better than almost anybody there.
Well, that's a memory he'll never forget, and a lot of memories are made at the Ride the Bull, and we'll be looking forward to next year's. Rad, now you turn your focus on the wrap-up. It's fourth quarter, 2-minute warning for the CCA STAR Tournament.
It is. We've got a week left, and what we always try to encourage people here at the end, especially with all this weather and things that are going on, make sure if you had entered your kids or your grandkids, make sure you send in their entries for the fish. All it has to be is a trout or a flounder over 14 inches. Email them directly to me, and we'll get them put in a hopper for a boat motor and trailer, thanks to Mercury.
When will the final results be posted on the leaderboard website?
Well, hurricanes give you some twists and turns.
They do.
Usually on the last weekend, we will not post anything until we have heard verbally from every way station. Now, with that being said, are we going to have some difficulties in Lake Charles and Southwest Louisiana? Maybe so. The tournament is over on Monday at 5 o'clock. I would hope to have it up, the final leaderboard, pending polygraph examinations of all the winners by Wednesday. But once again, I'm gonna have to verify with every one of those weigh stations before we give somebody some false hope.
And then when does it all culminate with the winners collecting their prizes?
October 19th at Live Oak Arabians here in Baton Rouge. We will give all the prizes away. Right now, we're sitting at 5 tag redfish winners. We've had 11 caught. So we're going to be giving more boats, motors, trailers, trucks, the whole 9 yards than we've ever given before. So it'll be a happening here in Baton Rouge.
Should be a fun night. Congratulations on the success with the Ride the Bull and also with the success with another STAR tournament, Rad. Looking forward to next year's.
Thank you, sir.
All right, we'll be back with more right here from Superior Bait and Tackle, right here in Baton Rouge, where you're watching Paradise, Louisiana.
Relationships are everything in life. For me, the most important relationships start with faith, family, and friends. I feel blessed to be married to my high school sweetheart of over 25 years. We were both born and raised in Louisiana, and so were our 4 children. We're proud to call Louisiana our home. That's why giving back is so important to us, whether it's car seats, bicycles, or helping those in need. At Gordon McKern Injury Attorneys, we feel blessed, knowing that we can come to work every day and help our community when they need us the most.
Call 800-653-9968.
Hi, I'm John Jackson, and you know we always say we gather our groceries out the bayou. Whether it's freshwater, saltwater, catfish, redfish, you have tons of choices when it comes to fish in Louisiana. But when I fry fish, there's only one choice, and that's Louisiana fish fry. My new favorite, the Cajun fish fry, has the perfect amount of cornmeal, corn flour, and the perfect mix of spices that really bring the heat. Hey, if you're craving Cajun, go look for the bright red bag at your local grocers. Bring home the taste of Louisiana with Louisiana fish fry.
Welcome to our news segment on Paradise, Louisiana. No bigger news last week than the sperm whale beached up on Grand Isle, and we were right on top of it. You know, it was determined that it's a sperm whale, And it's also, as far as what we know, it's kind of an adult, but kind of a young adult. Still no reason for cause of death, although Mandy Tumlin, the biologist with Department of Wildlife and Fisheries, was there, and they took some samples, they did some tests, and hopefully they can come up with some more information about it.
This morning I got a phone call from a member of the public who's helped us out before in the past regarding stranding reporting, and the initial call came in for a live dolphin beached on Grand Isle Beach, but as soon as she got out here while she was on the phone with me, she confirmed that it was a whale and not a dolphin. So they confirmed the animal was dead, and we mounted a response with the gear and supplies we would need to collect samples from the animal today. We have a 6 to 7 year old juvenile sperm whale. It's a female that's washed up here on the beach. It was stuck further out on a sandbar, but the city of Grand Isle and all their amazing employees and heavy equipment, they came out and helped us and were able to get it higher up the beach today so that we could obtain these valuable samples. It's a female, and she is 27 feet long, 5 inches. We are performing a field necropsy on this animal. These sperm whales are endangered species. They are found in the Gulf of Mexico, but they generally tend to stay much further offshore than right here on Grand Isle Beach. They like to hang out in waters that are greater than approximately 200 meters deep, the very, very deep water trenches of the Gulf. So it's not uncommon to see one, but should not see one here on the beach. All marine mammals are protected under the Marine Mammal Protection Act. They are protected whether they are dead or alive, and it's considered harassment and a felony offense to mess with the animals. When we got reports initially, members of the public were climbing on top of the animal to take pictures. It's more of a protection, but it's also for the human safety concerns that they're marine mammals, we are mammals, we don't know the cause of death, that we're trying to protect humans from possibly getting injured by any diseases or viruses or anything that could impact them. That it's for human safety, but they're also protected under the MMPA. And this animal was also protected under the Endangered Species Act, being that it is endangered in the Gulf of Mexico. If the public encounters a marine mammal in the wild, please report it to the National Marine Mammal Stranding Hotline. The number is at the bottom of the screen. These animals are very valuable to us as biologists, whether they're dead or alive. We're able to learn valuable information depending on what stocks they're from, species identification, we can get genetics from them, we can get teeth for aging, and a whole suite of other samples that can be utilized to try and determine cause of death. Oftentimes we don't determine cause of death, but in this case we're able to get samples from an endangered species that doesn't generally wash up on the beach, so they help us fill in some of those data gaps that we have for these species.
Gary, this weather has also brought about some closures on some of our public areas.
Right, there's Rockefeller, the refuge, they closed it. They had planned on closing it because they didn't know that they closed it on Sunday. But all of these could be reopened at any time. You just got to check with the Wildlife and Fisheries. The Elmer's Island's another one. But they had that beautiful weather. They did not close it to Sunday, and everybody left. So,
well, Labor Day weekend, Elmer's Island's a popular place, so it looks like it's going to be closed. They might open it, but depends just what this weather does.
Depends whether if it doubles back or whatever happened. Red snapper season's another good thing. It's continued. The numbers are still there.
How well did that work out for us by going to La Creel and being able to get those extra days? We have really got a lot of days. In fact, there's talk, and with this weather, it's very likely that the quota won't be reached by the end of the last day, which is, the 4th, Labor Day. And if it's not, we might even pick up some more fish in the fall season. So it's really worked out well by being able to manage that fish on a regional state basis.
Just been reveling there because, they set the dates, or people try to book a trip way ahead of time, and they can tell them, say, well, I can't give you all the way to Christmas, but I can tell you right now, if you come now, I got to open it. Look, the Second Amendment tax. Now, this is a fishing store, but the next door gyms, all the places you've been seeing us, Fuglers, all the stores right now, they're tax-free weekend.
Yep, well, I'm buying a gun doing it. If you got a gun that generally does not get a discount, at least you can save the tax rate on it, which is a considerable amount of money. We were over at Puglia's in Metairie last week. He's given both the local tax and the state sales tax. So you're going to save about 10% in addition to some other items that are marked down. And if it's anything in any way to do with hunting, it qualifies as legitimate merchandise. So you might want to do some shopping Friday through Sunday this week.
Louisiana Department of Wildlife and Fisheries, they postponed the issuing of the alligator license in Rockefeller right now. All I heard, they suspended it or postponed it. So you hear more about them. Cinch and Ducks Unlimited Thursday, big one. in Ascension Parish to be over there September the 7th. We'll put it on the calendar. That's Thursday. It's another one I'm going to miss. That's when I'm leaving to go. Chris and I going to Missouri.
Everywhere. You can't be everywhere.
We're going to be Storm
You're
22.
Be in Missouri.
That's right.
All right. Well, have fun when you go.
We're doing it.
All right, when we come back, we'll be back with the H&H Tournament Report here on Paradise, Louisiana.
Pause moving and storage.
We just sold our house.
Congratulations.
We have 2 weeks to move.
We'll deliver a few containers.
Our new home's not ready.
No problem. You can store things with us while you're between homes.
We might need help.
We'll refer trusted packers.
We'll be staying at my brother's.
Well, that sounds...
He has kids of his own.
Well...
5 of them.
Ma'am?
Help.
Trust us for local and long-distance moving and store at our storage centers. Pods, moving and storage, solved.
Paradise, Louisiana.
The best part about being a member of a Touchstone Energy Cooperative is that it's your Touchstone Energy Cooperative. That's the power of your co-op membership.
Demco, your Touchstone Energy Cooperative.
Welcome to the H&H Tournament Report. Gary, we thank all the tournaments and rodeos that send us their winning lists and their details, and we got a few to pass along.
We got a couple of them that sent us the results and didn't send it early. The best thing to do is send us 3 weeks earlier. That way it should help your attendance. We hope
you can't send the results 3 weeks early.
No,
send the results after
I
it happens, and include a picture of your winners too, please.
Right. I'm just trying to tell you that somebody sent the other day sent results, and he didn't even let us announce it. So if you announce it, but I want to thank him too. That he sent those results at 4th Annual Cottonwood Redfish Rodeo in Des Almas, and it was memory of Coach Steve Corvetta and Tom Post. I don't know who Tom Post it was or whatever it was. It's a 3 fish under 27, first place. Brad and Hayden Terrio, 18.75. Second place was Andres Hackman and Chris Hogan at 13.5, and third was Tommy Trigg and Russell Loop. I want to thank y'all. Good. No, I'm sorry. Second place, they tied for second place, and third place was Evan Mathern and Bryce Hackman.
You know how you eliminate those ties in a tournament? Usually it's first in wins, and that was the way you eliminate a tie. They probably didn't have it in the rules, but that's one thing. If you're director of a tournament or you're putting together a rodeo, you might want to put that in your rules and eliminate that tie.
It's either that or the biggest fish too. They do it
either
different ways. But look, I want to give the guy, tell him how to run his tournament. I was going to tell him, send them early. Send them early. You're announcing your tournament. Send a flyer if you got it. Send it at least 3 weeks in advance, and should help your attendance. I like to think it would anyway. People watching Paradise, Louisiana. The Specs and Redfish Cup is coming up this weekend again, September 2nd. Pack and Paddle be a weigh-in over there. That's by the Lafayette Kayak Fishing Club. That's this weekend. Brookside, coming out of Redfish Rodeo this weekend.
Always Labor Day.
Yes, all right. And way in advance because it's so popular, and them ladies are wearing me out. Now, don't forget, the Grand Isle Ladies Rodeo will be on the weekend on October 7th. Want to do that. And Dine the Duck Festival. We should be able to bring you the state goose and duck calling champions next week. They're going to took some pictures for us and maybe a little video. They'll send us the winners, definitely the state championship winners. We didn't get to make the dog trial. I don't even know if they had it because I didn't get a report. But the Duck Festival, thanks to Jay Thomas with Coastal Performance.
Now, Jay Thomas not only produces some really nice camo, but he's also a pretty good cook.
That's right. This is the first year he didn't win. He didn't win, and he couldn't understand it. But 2 restaurants, they were over there. They come in first and second. The first place, Simple Eats restaurant. They had duck gumbo, and second place was Creole Kitchen, where I eat to a lot, the Cormier. They had a duck etouffee. Jay was trying to come up with something a little different, and he thought maybe it got cold on him or whatever, but he's making excuses. But it's like a burrito or something, whatever he had. But he is a tremendous cook, and he's inviting us on a hunt and go over there, and I can't wait for him to cook.
You know, maybe he used the wrong species of duck for that burrito. Did he use a Mexican duck? The Mexican whistlers?
I don't know. We got to ask
Jay, if you didn't, try that next time. You might win.
Okay, Jay.
All right.
Anything
else?
He sent a few pictures. Anything else?
All right. And send us your tournament information, both your tournament ahead of time so we can get it on our calendar, and also the results after it's over. We'll be right back with the Berkeley Abu Garcia Fishing Report here on Paradise, Louisiana.
Sight casting redfish in the Louisiana marsh is this exciting. To make it even more exciting, the Louisiana Redfish Series, partnered with Tito's Handmade Vodka, will add $10,000 to the first place team of each of this year's events, plus a $20,000 payoff to the grand champion. It all starts in April, so register your team now and come out to see the most exciting tournament series Louisiana has to offer. The Louisiana Redfish Series, partnered with Tito's Handmade Vodka.
Hey guys, we're back here with another video. Today we're in Cocodrie and we're going to catch a white snapper. Stay tuned. What fish are we going to go catch?
Snapper.
Throw something for him. I ain't got nothing. We hooked up. Go. Look, he ain't right
there. He's getting it.
Eat it. Oh, get that gap. He's right there. Everybody clear out, because that fish will be mean when he comes in. Got it? Oh! Hang on. Dangle him over the side.
We lucky we still got it.
Yeah. Give me a crank.
That was awesome.
Good job, man.
Aggressive, modern, and durable. The latest advancement in spinning has the Revo name on it, and almost a century of fishing expertise in it. No matter where your passion takes you, world-class fishing is only a Revo away.
All right, here we have the 2018 Penn International reels, the version 6 reels. They're now going to be available in silver and in gold only. They've got the larger handles, aircraft aluminum side plates, which now they'll be even lighter than they were before. You're available in single speed, 2-speed, and also in the 2-speed wide spools. All right, now to go along with the international reels, we've also retooled the international rods. They're made now in Florida, the U.S. They are available in the bent butt for your seats. They've got them with the all rollers. They've got them with the strip rollers and just the roller tips and even just the boat rods. But they're all designed in Florida for your international reels. Just in time for Christmas, Berkeley Lightning Rod has retooled their whole line. And in doing so, they have brought back the 6-foot pistol grip cork-handled rod. Again, that's just in time for Christmas. It's going to be starting to hit the stores in September of this year. You're watching Paradise, Louisiana.
Hey, I'm Mitch Rotolo, owner of Rotolo's Pizzeria. Our pizzas are prepared every day using the freshest ingredients. But Rotolo's has so much more to offer than just delicious pizza. We have an array of healthy salads and tasty wraps, a wide choice of pasta like spaghetti and chicken parmesan, zesty buffalo wings, and our selection of savory calzones. And don't forget to try one of our amazing desserts. Come into any of our local restaurants or check out our entire menu online at rotolos.com. That's just the way we Rotolo.
Welcome to the Berkeley Abu Garcia Fishing Report. And Gary, we are definitely in the dog days now with this overcast and rain. Kind of holds the temperature down, but without that, it's going to get hot out there, and you got to remember to stay hydrated. And you know what I always say? I kept records, and when you go out there on a boat and you got a bunch of people and you got a big ice chest and you got beer, you got soft drinks, you got water, this is the one that always goes first.
That's right. And they
the sport drinks.
They make a sugar-free one too. And you can't believe it. You're right, Don.
It's the best thing for you.
Especially diabetic. But this right here is one of the best power drinks
and it tastes
around.
good,
You
too.
see me with the Sonic water. The taste of the Sonic water, it seems like it's good anytime and it's good to drink a lot of water. But you said it for years and years, said, give me that when it gets hot.
That's the
you
one.
know, And one time I had a kidney stone because you know what the doctor told me? It was the wintertime, middle of hunting season. He says, why? He says, because it gets cooler, people don't drink enough water.
Right.
That's why you had the kidney stone. He said, you continue to drink that water all winter long.
Got to stay hydrated, no doubt.
Yeah.
All right, now when you're going fishing out there, where are we starting today? Freshwater?
Yes,
You got a good little Sac-A-Lait report to talk about.
I got Sac-A-Lait report. We got all kind of reports, but the main thing is Gary Krause made me sick the other day. He sent me some pictures of fish in a live well and a video, and he invited me to go this week, depending on the storm. So you see what, I done black cloud and just thinking about going. But
brought the rain. Okay.
They were fishing the Bayou Black Marsh. Chad Cahoon and all those guys that were fishing, that had been fishing the tournament, had to leave. They keep saying right now, the hottest time in the world, Bayou Black, all in those areas around Pinchin, Copper Saw, they all catching fish. Gary said they caught them on topwater, caught them on frog, caught them on spinnerbait. Bobby Tomplay, he was following there, so they have 2 boats, and
well,
Mark
if you're going to
Ellis.
be by that Bayou Black Marina, don't forget we got the Crappie Psychic is sponsoring that the tournament. There's a Crappie tournament, a Sac-A-Lait tournament going on. So if you're by Bob's Bayou Black Marina, check it out and get signed up.
Right, and then I was just saying that's the best. And the other great report I got in Bobby Garland, this Bobby Garland bait right here. Mr. David Pizzolata, he's been fishing Lake Verret. The numbers ain't there. People catching few fish in the spillway, but that second rise and knocked them off, so I don't want to tell y'all where to go. But Lake Verret, this has been the hottest bait, and I'm going to open it so it's shiny, and then you get some pictures later. But here they are. That's a paddle tail. Now what's this called is the 1.5 crappie shooter, the blue ice. Now, you can see that's a tail. That's the hottest color and the hottest bait right now, according to the Pizzolatas and Klein Peter and all them boys, Leonard Con Peter, the one that fished these Sac-A-Lait all the time. So that's the hottest bait. Don, I got a report. My nephew, stepson, William Mann caught his first bass right there in the Bellingrab Lakes on a sparkle beetle. 10-year-old Mr. Will Mann. Congratulations, Will. He was fishing that little roundabout. So, good deal. That's the only I got in saltwater, freshwater. I'm sure you got some, huh?
Well, Salt Bayou. You talk about Salt Bayou right there by your camp.
I was
you didn't
gonna
want to give that
split
away? You don't want people fishing in your spot, huh?
No,
Okay.
it was sort of a mix. I don't know if I was going to be saltwater or freshwater. The Salt
I
Bayou,
consider that fresh when you're catching bass.
I got a picture too. I'm going to send Chris. We had 16 kids or guys, friends of my grandsons. My grandson Mike is getting married in November. He had his bachelor party. And they cooked good. They boiled crabs. They fried fish. They fried frog legs. They made pastelaria. They had a great time. But they also went fishing, both sides, in Salt Bayou. And every day, them boys would catch 5 to 6, 7, 8 bass. You know, for a little while they fished. And it got hot, they come on in and start drinking beer. It was a party, I would tell you. It was a bunch of kids in that small camp. So congratulations to them. And that's the fishing report in freshwater. And saltwater, we got a long way to go.
Yeah, well, it's hard to find some saltwater reports when you get weather like we had this week. Not a lot of people going. You saw what we did in Cocodrie. As soon as the weather clears out, that'll get back. Same thing out in Shell Beach, Hopedale, that Delacroix complex. It's all weather dependent right now. The fish are there. It's been some good seasons out there. Still have live shrimp available. That's going to be your #1 bait over in that area. Now, one thing people are having a lot of fun with is the Jack Crevalles in Lake Catherine, in Lake Pontchartrain, in the Wrigley's. Historically, this time of the year, the mullets move in. And when you see topwater action, just tearing up mullets and knocking them out of the water, it's what some people call the poor man's tuna. I call them the rich man's tuna, because he can catch them and go buy his tuna, because you ain't going to eat these no matter how much more, how little.
Well, you got a recipe.
I got a recipe. If you want the Jack Crevalle recipe, ask me for it, send me an email, and I'll send it back to you. It's not the greatest thing to eat, but it's not bad.
That's when things get poor, you know.
That's
Ain't everybody rich like you. That's why they call it poor man's tuna.
Yeah, I'm rich in other ways.
But Chaz did unbelievable. He had some video on his website.
Yeah. All right, guys, today on Dockside TV, we fishing right in the middle of the solar eclipse, and we are catching Lake Pontchartrain yellowfin tuna, also known as the poor man's yellowfin tuna. And we're actually targeting these things. Just because it's something fun to do. Something big to catch. But you better have some big gear. We got jacks crushing pogies and shrimp that we found while we were running in the lake. That's what you get.
All right, we're out here hooked up on another jack, Lake Pontchartrain tuna. And I know y'all can't really tell on the camera, but it's definitely a little darker than normal. We got some clouds, but the sun's right through them skinny clouds. It should be a lot brighter. It feels a little bit cooler. We're no eclipse experts, but the jacks seem to like it. We're beating them up pretty good out here. Caught them on just about everything you can think of. Tuna poppers early. You know, they're blowing up chasing bait, pogies and shrimp in the morning. It sounds like bowling balls dropping in the water when they hit that tuna popper. Right now I got another one hooked up on the H&H swim bait. Caught them on fly rods. There's so many ways to catch these things. No question the most underrated fish in our estuary. If you like just fighting fish, give us a call. We'll get you out here on these jacks.
On the same day, Miss Angie and David Stewart over there at Island Marina, all week they were catching fish. And then Saturday they went out, hot weather, wasn't raining. It was hot over there. They went to every place they went. They've been fishing Lake Bourne, been using live shrimp. They used nothing but plastic to shoo-shoo and started them. They hung some big trout. 2 of them got off at the boat, they said. They caught a few, but the 2 of them got off the boat with at least over 4 pounds. Then they couldn't find them. They couldn't find it. I don't know whether it's the tide, the storm. Coming back in, they got it at the bridge on plastic. Now, Chaz and them will catch them on poppers, top water, and it's unbelievable.
You can catch a jack when they're hitting like that on just about anything. Now, one thing I did get some beautiful pictures from Tofield Bourgeois. Our friend Tofield has been flying out to the Chandelier, Breton Island chain, and hammering some really nice big trout. You know what he saw out there? He saw a lot of teal flying around out there. Yeah. And I've seen them out there too. They must use that as some kind of a landmark when they're heading to South America.
I'm sure glad you remember, because he'd be mad. Him and Ginger sent me a picture, but they keep sending me that picture after he knew. And I'm gonna tear him up. But they send me some unbelievable pictures. They catch them out there. And I don't know if he's booked all the way and what's happening, but they are catching fish. And they catch them in inside too in Leeville. They're catching, right now, the redfish are everywhere, still there. Now, the word from Big Lake, I didn't get them, but at one time they were catching, right, the weather. And fishing off the pier, my brother and the salt water is not in there, but this storm should bring a lot of more salt water as soon as it clears out, and wish them people luck. That's
now,
all
offshore, we mentioned the red snapper. It's going to continue. Might even get a little bit of a fall season. They're biting like dogs. And we had an unusual fish picture sent in. We narrowed it down to being a barrel fish. It looks a lot like a horse-eyed jack, but the barrel fish seems to be what it is.
Full contact in Port Fourchon and boat. Chris Dufour and Holden Fox. Kerry Cody and Carson Miller, they're friends from Mississippi. They sent in those pictures, and they're barrel fish. That's what he told me it was. And they're catching snapper like everybody else.
All right, send those pictures in, and also your fishing reports, your tournament information, anything you want to communicate with us. Gary at Paradise, Louisiana. Please don't forget, if you're shooting it with a cell phone, which is what most people use, turn it horizontally. Fits the screen so much better that way.
That's it.
All right, that's it. Man. We'll be back with another edition of Paradise, Louisiana, right here next week.
Paradise, Louisiana is presented by Rotolo's Pizzeria. Fresh ingredients, friendly service. That's just the way we Rotolo. Demco, your Touchstone Energy Cooperative. Pro Drive Outboards. Baton Rouge Coca-Cola Bottling Company. Benny's Car Wash and Oil Change. Cracker Barrel Convenience Stores. We have more than you expect. Always fresh, never frozen, Raising Cane's. Louisiana Fish Fry Products. And by CCA Louisiana and the CCA Louisiana Star Tournament.